So you're looking for a new guitar? Maybe I can help you make a choice. I got a couple you might be interested in. Cue the music, Simone. VR and Music Corner. All right. Oh man, my intro music's just getting better and better. I'm adding actual instruments now. All right. Let's do this. Got a couple of guitars here today I thought you might want to take a look at. They look very similar, but they're very different in how they play, how they feel, the equipment that's in them, price. Huge differences. Now look at that. I should have put my phone on mute. Spammers call me all day long. Somebody named Spam keeps calling me. I don't know who that is. This little guitar right here is the ESP LTD. That is just a nice looking guitar. Kind of thin. It's lightweight. Probably weighs around 7 pounds or so. I haven't weighed it, but roughly right around there. Just a really nice, easy to play guitar. You know, it's got a nice feeling neck. It's very thin tapered neck. You got 24 frets. You got a little cutaway in here. Not a huge cutaway, but enough to where when you play up in here, it's not hard to reach. You know, you can get up in the 17th, 18th, 19th, even the 20th fret without any problems. So, I mean, it's just a nice guitar to play. When I bought it, I wasn't even really looking for a guitar. I mean, I was looking at guitars, obviously, but I didn't know I was going to buy one that day. I picked this one up. And my son, actually, he does have an ESP. Same guitar as well, except his is maroon. It's got the EMGs in it. But I liked his, and I saw this one, and I started playing it. I was like, man, I like this guitar. I mean, I just really liked it. So I took it on. But yeah, I mean, it's just good stuff. It's got Seymour Duncan pickups in it. I believe they're the JBs. JBs are probably one of the more common Seymour Duncans that I've seen in guitars. They're kind of versatile. You can play, got good cleans, got good heavy, play hard rock with them. You can play pretty much anything you want on them. Just a good sounding pickup. And it's actual the Seymour Duncan. It's not the ones that say Duncan designed or anything like that. It's the real deal. And it's got locking tuners on the back. It doesn't say what type. It just says LTD on the back of them. So I'm assuming it's their own locking tuners, not Grover. It just says LTD on the back. But yeah, just a really nice playing guitar. Yeah, the neck's it's a nice thin neck. It's not real, but it's not too fast, not too thin. It's just really perfect. Got some abalone inlays there, if you can see them. I just did a setup on this guitar myself. You watch my video on repairing guitars, I talk about what I did to this guitar, and it's just a really nice playing guitar. I used to only use it for heavier songs because I had it tuned to drop C, but like I said, now that I have my drop pedal, I don't have to do that. So I tuned it back to standard, put lighter, getting 10 gauge strings back on it, and off we go. Even got a little, I think they call that a balut on the back there. Gives you a little more stability in the headstock. Of course, not quite so fragile. But yeah, it's a great guitar. Now I got this guitar in 2016, and I was able to pick it up for like $700, brand new. Now I have seen these listed resale now for like $800. I think they go for around $9 new now. So shop around. I'm not so sure that you can't still find one for what I did. It's just, 8 years ago. So things change. But yeah, it's a nice guitar. Really nice thin line guitar. So then, after we've taken a look at that one, let's take a look at another guitar that looks a lot like it. I apologize for the hum there. My kill switch. Boop. This is the Harley Benton. Oh, one piece of contention I did have with that LTD, quality assurance wise. It started not shorting out, but it had this deal where I would lose gain. Like it would just sound like I lost half the power of the guitar. It would still play, you could hear it, but it just lost all of its crunch and all of its body and everything. So I took it in, and I actually took it in like 2 different times, and they couldn't fix. They said they fixed it, got it back, and it still kept doing it. And I noticed the toggle switch felt kind of mushy. It didn't have the nice click to it. So I told the guy, just replace the toggle switch. And that worked for a while, and it did it again. So I took it to another. I said, okay, this guy's he's had enough shots at trying to fix it. So I took it to another tech around town, and he went in and redid some more. I tried to get him to explain to me what he did to it, but I guess he didn't want to give his secrets away. But anyway, it's been fixed now for probably 2 years, something like that. I hadn't had any problems with it, so I'm assuming it's fixed. That's the only problem I ever had with that guitar. Things happen. Oddly enough, I'm having the same problem now out of my Epiphone Les Paul Prophecy I did a review on here a while back. It's starting to do that same thing with the toggle switch, so we'll see. I have to get that fixed, or hopefully I'm learning about guitar electronics myself now, so I'm trying to learn to fix things myself. So I'm researching that one. So anyway, then in 2020, I found this guitar. Now again, remember this was back during the pandemic. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I noticed, I kept seeing people talk about cheap guitars that were really good. Like $200 guitars, and I was like, come on. You can't pick up a piece of junk in a pawn shop for $200. And but no, they said, oh, these are great guitars. So I told my wife, I said, I want to buy one of these. I'm curious. Can you really get a good guitar for $200? And they got ones that look like Les Pauls. My wife loves Les Pauls. She's like, yeah, go ahead. So I was looking at Fireflies, and they were always out of stock. I don't know what their situation is now, but in 2020, when I was looking for one, constantly out of stock. So I heard about Harley Benton. I said, okay, let's give that a shot. Looks a lot like my LTD, it's got active pickups in it and all that kind of good stuff. So I picked it up, I think, for around $250. Now, the only place you can buy these, though, is from Thomann Music in Germany. So you got to pay us. The only shipping they offered was $75 express. So, okay, I'm still, $325, something like that into it. It's not too bad. And so I ordered it on a Sunday night. Of course, Monday morning, I'm getting notices from my bank that money's trying to go overseas. So I had to clear that up. Cleared it up. Order went through. I got this thing on Wednesday. They booked this thing out the door. It was on the Concorde and shot straight to my house within just a couple of days. I was amazed at how fast this thing got here from Germany. So kudos to them for that. Now, everybody I've shown this guitar to, they're like, man, that is a fine guitar. They ooh and ah over it like I'd shown them a Murphy Lab Les Paul or something, and they have no idea how cheap it was. I'm kind of like, I don't want to spoil it. But it's got some pros and cons. The first thing about it, the neck on this guitar is a lot fatter than the LTD. I don't have the measurements, but I can just tell you it's a fatter neck. It's got a thicker body, but oddly enough, it's lighter than the thinner LTD. That tells me the wood in the LTD is probably of better quality, a heavier wood. But this one is a little thicker. It does have it's got more of a cutaway here for reaching these higher notes. Same thing, 24 frets. The neck just is not the way. It's not my favorite guitar to play because of how the neck feels to me. Now I play a Les Paul traditional that I do love, and it's got a bigger neck, but it's not. It doesn't feel like this. This one feels a little different to me. Still, it's a good guitar. I mean, I can get used to it. It's just my personal preference of what I'm used to. This neck feels a little different, and the way the fretboard just seems really, I don't know, flat. Seems like some fretboards maybe have a little bit of something going on with them. This fretboard is on, I mean, it's completely, it just feels flat. But again, it's just a matter of getting used to it. Because it just feels different. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's different. It's got all their own equipment on. There's no locking tuners or anything. But it's got cool looking hardware. If you look at the kind of a metallic-y black, along with this white, and it's got binding, the black and cream binding. I mean, it's a lot of stuff in this guitar. You don't have to pay extra for it on another guitar. So I guarantee you, if this was a some other brand, Schecter, ESP, any of those other main guitar brands out there, this would probably be a $700-800 guitar all day long. It does have the active pickups, and if you can see, they say HBZ, which I'm assuming is Harley Benton something or others. It's their own pickup. And that is the one thing I do not like about this guitar. These pickups, I like good, heavy, hot pickups. These are extremely hot. I played it at a show one night, and I was playing set up on I had a combo amp situation that night. It was a smaller club, so I was close to my amp with the combo amp on the stand, kind of high. But I've been playing my other guitars all night long. They were dead silent, in between. This guitar, I got feedback actually while I was playing it. Like I'm actively playing and it starts feeding back, which is kind of unusual. Usually the feedback's when you're not doing anything to it, and you can hit a chord and it stops. But this one, it started feeding back during the song. And if you hear it, it sounds pretty good right here. I mean, a little muddy on the low end there. Just that low E, tuned standard. Now the other guitar was tuned drop D, and so it was supposed to sound lower, but it still didn't have as muddy a sound as. It sounds a little muddy to me. So if I were to raise this guitar up in my lineup to where I was going to play it in more shows or anything like that, I would definitely switch pickups, at least just the bridge. Probably since they're active pickups already, I'd probably just go with some EMGs. I think 81s, whatever it is, Zach Wild uses, something like that. Throw those in there and call it a day. But yeah, it's got one thing I do like about it, the battery pack in the back. It's got the kind where you open it, you just drop the battery and close it, and it connects. You don't have to pull the wire out and snap the little thing and fish it back in there. I like the way you just drop it in, close it, it's connected, ready to go. But I mean, for $250, they've got the guitar listed now on the Thomann website. They've made a few adjustments to it. The headstock's got a little more design in it, a little more inlay type stuff. And I can't remember. They got active pickups in it, but I don't remember which kind's in it now. Guitar is listed for $290 now. Still not a bad price. I mean, $300 plus, like I said, you're going to pay the shipping because you got to get it from Germany. But it's not a bad. I mean, it's a good guitar. It's a good quality guitar. It stays in tune. I never had it. The tuners, like I don't know what they are, but if you look on the Thomann website too, they sell Harley Benton everything, parts. They even sell Harley Benton amps now. So I'm assuming this is all their own stuff they're putting in here. I did look up the new one. It listed that it was made out of some wood. I never even heard of it. I don't remember what it was called. It was some weird name wood that I've never heard of. So I'm sure that's how they've saved on some of their prices, is just by the amount they spent on the guts of this thing. But all in all, I mean, look at the binding on this though. You've got, it's almost like pinstripe black along with the cream. I mean, it's really nice. It's just a nice guitar. A nice little belly cut there. And the cutaway on the backs goes nice and smooth up in there. Makes it easy to get them top frets, the high frets there. So yeah, I mean, it's a good guitar. If you compare it to the other one side by side, let me shut this off so I don't start humming anymore. But if you look at them side by side, the only difference is the points on the headstock are opposite one another. They're almost like mirrored. But you can see that ESP is a good bit thinner. But like I said, it's a little heavier. Not a lot, but it's a little heavier than the Harley Benton. But third of the price. You know, so like I said, if you're on a budget, or if you want to get a guitar and do hot rod it up, spec it out, you know, make it how you want it, throw some pickups in there. This, you know, a guitar that you really want, kind of like a project guitar. That would be a great guitar to do it. If you're gonna be in a Kiss tribute band, you want to put a smoke pot in there or something. I mean, you could do anything you wanted to it. So, you know, Harley Benton, can't go wrong. It's not gonna. I think you're not gonna regret the purchase. It's not a, you know, you're not investing that much money in it. Occasionally, you'll find one in the States used, and they generally want around the same price new, but you just don't have to pay the shipping. But you can find them around here. But Thomann Music online is how you order them. So it's a good guitar. I don't think you're going to regret buying it. So give it a shot. Give it a shot. But if you got a little extra money to spend, that ESP is a very nice guitar. Like I really like that guitar. It was more expensive, and it meets all the, you know, like, I'm not sad I paid that much for that guitar, because to me it's that much better. It's just better quality everything, and it just feels so much nicer to me. It fits the way I'm used to playing. So, but Harley Benton also has other models. They got one that looks like an Explorer. I think they got all the major shapes out there. You know, Strats and Tellys, and I think I saw they got other shapes. They got all kinds. They even got kits. You can buy a Harley Benton kit, build the guitar yourself, and really go crazy. So they offer a lot, and they also offer all their parts, all Harley Benton parts. You can order them right there on Thomann's website. So anyway, thought I'd let you check those two guitars out, and just realize just because two guitars look a lot alike doesn't mean they are alike. They're similar, but there's differences. So it's up to you. Do you want to pay the, you know, $500 more for the ESP? To me, I like the ESP that much more. I mean, I really do. It's just a nice guitar. Nothing wrong with it. The other one, it takes some getting used to, and you're gonna have to change some things. Like I said, those pickups are muddy in that Harley Benton. To me, they are, and you're gonna want to clean that up a little bit. I think most people would. So, anyway, take it easy out there, and go buy you a new guitar. They got them.